Hi students, and welcome to Module 3 of International Law and Politics of Outer Space. This week we'll look at the most common question I'm asked. Where does airspace end and outer space begin? Then at the end I'll talk about Assignment 1 due on midnight Friday. Until the space age, everyone assumed that each state had power over what happened in the sky above its territory. No activity could take place in a country's airspace without its permission. After Sputnik, it was decided that anyone could occupy outer space without any state's permission. So the problem is, where does air end and space begin? Now, many theories have been proposed to set the border, and they fit generally within three categories. The spatialist approach is based on the fact that countries like physical boundaries. Outer space is outside their territory, so it's natural that they want to define the area by some practical rationale. One rationale is that airspace ends where a vehicle no longer has sufficient aerodynamic lift to sustain flight, something like 83 kilometers. Another argues that space begins at the lowest altitude that could hold a satellite in orbit before it falls back to Earth. It's sometimes called the von Karman line, and that's around 100 to 110 kilometers. One state simply passed a law defining outer space as 100 kilometers. The functional activities approach looks at the overall purpose of the activity. If the purpose is to transport people or cargo from city to city, even if it passes through outer space en route, it's most like air travel, so air law applies. If it just passes through airspace en route to orbit in outer space, it's really more like space travel, so space law applies. But technology blurs those lines. The third category is the no demarcation needed approach. Some states, like the US and Canada, don't want to create any legal boundary. The argument is that there's no legal or practical problem to solve right now, and any definition would be constrained by the future state of technology. This position also allows them the ultimate freedom from restraint in air or space. The module talks about each of these approaches, the specific theories and their problems, and shows why it's difficult for countries to come to an agreement on a boundary. Now a word about Assignment 1, which asks for an essay on what an ideal national space law should require in order to regulate companies who ask for licenses to go into space. Don't worry about trying to list every type of provision there is. I want you to show you read the assignments and understand the main concepts. The assignment setup prompts some important provisions, but there are others out there also. Good luck, and I'll respond in the discussion forum if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.